Today, we're unpacking something that literally affects every single one of us every single night. Most people, we aim for that standard 7 to 8 hours of rest. But when you look at the data and the habits of some of the richest and most successful people on the planet, they handle this completely differently. Sure, Jeff Bezos insists on his full 8 hours while Elon Musk is out there operating on six. But here's the thing they both share: a highly intentional strategy to use sleep to move faster, think clearer, and basically outperform everyone else. Right off the bat, let's jump into the fundamental psychological shift here, because it's a massive contrast. The average mindset, we kind of use sleep as an escape, right? Like a retreat from a totally exhausting day. But the elite approach flips that entirely. High performers aren't sleeping to escape, they're treating sleep as a launch pad to absolutely dominate the next day. It's an incredibly proactive mindset, rather than just reacting to being tired. All right, section 1, sleep as a weapon, from rest to recovery. So the absolutely crucial point here is that billionaires treat their time in bed as a vital tactical advantage. It's not just some automatic habit that happens when their eyes get heavy. No, they're treating this time as an essential business strategy. Think of it like putting a defensive helmet on their brain. They're throwing up shields against burnout and treating deep cognitive recovery like a high-stakes chess match. Moving right along to section 2, smart over more. The efficiency metric. 6. That is literally a magic number for a lot of top-tier entrepreneurs. But listen, it's so vital to understand that they aren't sleeping 6 hours just to flex about being exhausted. No way. They are getting way more out of 6 hours than the average person gets out of 9. And why? Because they optimize every single minute of it. So how exactly do they pull that off? Well, they achieve this crazy efficiency through 3 strict pillars. First, prioritizing deep sleep quality for brain recovery above absolutely everything else. Second, locking in incredibly strict, fixed sleep schedules with their alarm clock to regulate their circadian rhythms. And third, completely avoiding any unnecessary time tossing and turning. If they're in bed, they are sleeping, period. They enforce these super tight boundaries, and they completely eliminate wasted energy for one simple reason: they view their time as their most expensive currency. Every minute spent lying awake in bed, staring at the ceiling, is a minute lost from creating, building, or strategic thinking. They're optimizing their sleep so they can literally reclaim their waking hours. Now, to achieve this extreme efficiency, they enforce a completely non-negotiable rule before bed. And for most of us, this is a massive pattern interrupt to our modern habits. Absolutely zero screens. No phones, no tablets, definitely no late-night emails in bed. And here is exactly why that screen rule is so critical. While most people are sitting there doom scrolling social media, they're actually triggering a devastating biological chain reaction. Blue light hits the eyes, which chemically stunts your melatonin production, artificially delaying sleep, and ultimately just trashing the quality of your recovery. High performers, they simply refuse to sabotage their own biology like that. So, what are they doing instead? Well, instead of staring at glowing rectangles, they replace that blue light with active brain protection. We're talking reading, meditating, or actively planning out the next day. These activities actually calm the nervous system and prime the subconscious mind for high-level problem solving while they sleep. It's brilliant! Okay, section 3, the data-driven rest. No guesswork. This is where the tech comes in. They eliminate all the guesswork by arming themselves with smartwatches, dedicated sleep trackers, and advanced biofeedback tools. They aren't just looking at total hours in bed. They are meticulously tracking their resting heart rate, their exact deep sleep duration, and calculating an overall biological recovery score every single morning. You see, for them, achieving the perfect night's rest is essentially a nightly science experiment. The data literally dictates their daily adjustments. If a late dinner ruins their deep sleep metric, they see it right there in the data, and boom, they stop the late dinners. It is pure, ruthless optimization based entirely on cold, hard biology. Which brings us to our final piece of the puzzle, section 4, the early advantage, dominating the morning. Waking up early isn't just some trendy productivity hack you see floating around on the internet. It provides a distinct, highly practical period of unmatched clarity. We're talking about unlocking immediate benefits here. Zero distractions from employees or family, maximum biological focus, and dedicated strategic thinking time before the daily noise even begins. The contrast here is just stark.
While the rest of the world is literally asleep in the dark, high performers are already standing on the podium. By the time the average person is brewing their first cup of coffee and just starting to wake up, these highly optimized individuals have already tackled their most important, highest leverage tasks for the entire day. But as we start to wrap up this explainer, I really need to clear up the biggest misconception about elite productivity and the whole hustle culture. The hard truth is this: it is absolutely not about sleeping less. Actually, depriving yourself of sleep is a fast track to burnout, not billions.
The real secret isn't deprivation. It's treating sleep like the crown jewel it is. It's about sleeping better, exercising absolute total control over your routine to recharge that battery, and eliminating wasted energy. Even those entrepreneurs who only sleep 6 hours, they take their recovery extremely seriously. They prioritize high-quality rest and strict discipline way over sheer volume.
We absolutely have to fundamentally redefine this concept. Sleep is performance fuel. It is the active strategy used by successful people to prepare for winning. Taking your rest seriously is the exact opposite of laziness. It's the ultimate preparation for high achievement. So, I'm going to leave you with this final, critical thought to consider tonight. Look at your own habits and ask yourself, is your sleep making you stronger or weaker?